Now, while we can call APIs using a browser or even command line tools, a better approach is to use PostMan. PostMan is a very powerful tool designed for testing and interacting with APIs. So if you don't have it on your machine, head over to postman.com/downloads and download the latest version for your operating system. Now, let me give you a quick tour of how Postman works, along with a few useful features you need to know. So here on the home page, we can click plus to add a new tab. Now up here, we can see the request method. So we have get for getting data. We also have post for creating data, put for updating it, patch, and so on. So we can send a get request to our new endpoint. Now down here, we have a bunch of tabs for modifying our requests. So we can go to the params tab and add query parameters. We'll talk about this later in the section. We also have authorization. We have headers. On this tab, we can see all the request headers. By default, the auto-generated ones are hidden. We can click and see them. So these headers, as you can see, are key value pairs. For example, user agent represents the browser, which is set to Postman runtime in this case. Now, practically speaking, we use headers for including metadata when calling APIs. A common application of this is for including API keys or authentication details. Again, we'll look at this later in this section. Here on the body tab, we can include data when calling an API, and this is useful for creating and updating data. Now, we don't need to make any changes here, so let's send this request. Now down here, you can see information about the response. So the status is 200, which means okay. This is the time it took to get the response. This is the size of the response. And down here, you can see the body. This is the same output we had in our browser, right? But here we also have preview. And I believe this only works if you have created an account with Postman, which is free. With preview, we can see the data in the tabular format. It's pretty useful. Now, we also have a tab for viewing the response headers. Again, these are key value pairs. For example, we have content type that is set to application/JSON. This is the type of data that the server is sending to the client. So this is the basics of Postman. Going forward, we'll use this tool for calling our API.